privilege to get to know his sons and his family. And one of the things that's always impressed me about Mac is that he is a kind-hearted, generous man, and it has been a privilege to know him. I called Lone Star Brewery and talked to the brewmaster, and I told them about Mac, and they said, "We know about Mac." We wish that we could be there to give him a lifetime achievement. I left the Lone Star to you, Mac.
I attended a coaching school and was introduced to a Don. He was a godfather of sorts and made me an offer I could not refuse. I will give you $3,500 a year and call it paying your dues. He was a West Texas guy and I was a Yankee. We both ended up working for a psycho named Stanky. Ozona, Texas was the place he called home. In the year he was born, 4,000 bought a home. The first beer was canned in that same fateful year. The phrase, "I'll have a cold one," was heard throughout his career. In the same year, a mouse named Mickey was born in LA. Mac's destiny and college life sent him on his way. San Angelo, Texas was his first college thrill. From there he moved south and stopped in a town called Kingsville. As a player he was tough and talked a lot of trash. He was a good outside shooter, but sure liked to slash. Back to his coaching with playing days behind him while on the floor and teaching where he lived in the gym. At that time his tribe consisted of Sandra, Don, John, Lee, and Lynn. As a young head coach, he just wanted to win. Back to my story of the Godfather and me, we had many players and a freak named Hoagie. Walter Hoagie Simmons broke records galore. Mac told Shu to get your ass on the road and find me one more. I was grateful to Mac for the lessons passed on to me. Don't worry, he said, let your mind just be free. You worry about things that never come to pass, so see Joe Turcotte and catch you some bass. He would say with a grin, we're hurried and worried until that final day comes when we are buried. I pushed Coach to the edge and he got rid of me. His next assistant pushed him over the edge, and that was KG. Yelling at references could be heard throughout the gym. His famous line was, "Put a saddle on him and just ride him." He moved on from coaching and entrepreneur he was known. I'll never forget the night. Out of the sport coat came a phone. This was before cell phones. You got a picture of this, I hope I can describe it. Mac was carrying a phone in his sport jacket, and he had a ringer in his pocket. So he punched it at the side of his coat pocket, and the phone would ring, and he'd pull out the phone and start talking. Nobody had cell phones at that time. They're saying, who's this guy talking to? I think we got thrown out 2 or 3 clubs. Always ahead of his time and out in front of the curves, no one would say Mac was born without nerves. The Forrest Gump of San Antonio was the battle cry. The running shoe phrase, he said, I'll just give it a try. Don found a girl named Nina and a relationship had grown. 30 years later, who would have known? He's a special guy. He's a special guy, and that fact is true. He's a special guy, and the fact is true. People who live their way, who live their life that way, there is only a few. Mac's heart is like an open highway. Like Frank Sinatra said, I did it my way. I just want to live while I'm alive, was his saying. So live in the moment and stop your delaying. Elvis, Woody Allen, and Jerry Lee Lewis have a common bond with Mac. 80 years ago, they all hit the road, running, and never looked back. Life is a memory, except for the present second. So your family and friends, you'll always must beckon. I know I don't get there often enough, but God knows I surely try. Friendship is a magic kind of medicine that no doctor could prescribe.
We're just happy to have our friends and family and everybody. So it's a buffet. Y'all dig in, enjoy, and happy birthday. Happy
Is that your horse? Yeah, people look at me and say,
hey, Supernaw, is that your horse?
what? I can't believe that's your horse, your hat.
About 1976, when my family moved out to St. Louis neighborhood. I grew up with Lynn and Lee through Hidden Forest, Eisenhower, Churchill. Me and Lynn were roommates at A&M. We go way back. I got my butt kicked by Mac and all his cronies up in Kerrville on the golf course more than once, I have to admit. I learned a lot about being a coach, being a man, honoring your bet, getting a little foot wedge too from time to time. I was at the 65th birthday, which was that was an honor. Me and Lynn had a special birthday present for him. I won't go into details, but it was a great thing. I love their family. You had to be there to see it. I can't say it out in public. You had to have been there to see it. That's right. There's too many children here. But I can tell you this, the McDonald family has been very kind to me and my wife and my children. My wife actually got to see the party lights up in the Kerrville Mountains there, right? I did not know that Nina had a cat when we were house sitting. We thought we lost the cat for a while. This is how well Mac treated me as a son. Me and Lynn are school teachers. He's a school psychologist. I'm a teacher and a coach. And during our sabbaticals from teaching, we would stay up in Kerrville for days, weeks at a time. Matt gave us chores around the house, like crushing all the Lone Star cans, mowing the lawn, taking the trash. We got points. That tells how long we can stay there. Well, I think one bad day on the golf course, he decided to kick us out. And so I called my brother, he's in the hotel industry, and we get a place at the YO down at the bottom of the hill. So we show up at the 9 o'clock tea time with all the seniors, and he looks at me and Lenny goes, what are y'all doing here? So we're playing golf. He goes, where are you staying? I said, we're staying at the YO right here, just like you taught us. Who is our favorite bartenders?
Carla!
I have no beer!
No beer!
So we stayed there for a couple of days, and finally Mac, through his graciousness, says, okay guys, y'all are off probation, you can come back home. So it's been an honor to be a part of their family and share this moment with Mac. I'm grateful that I was there for 65, even happier that I'm here for 80, and I can't wait for 85, 90, and 95. Happy birthday, Mac.
Texan, I ride a big white
Hey, Supernaw, is that your horse? What?